Hey, you did it. You found it. You found the podcast version of the show. It's Writer Radio. Here are the things you need to know. We stream live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time at writerradio.com. 2, you can find every episode on YouTube, youtube.com/@writerradio. We're on Spotify, same name, Writer Radio. We are on Twitter or X @BradWriter, BradRiter. We're on Instagram @Writer Radio. There's a group now, Writer Radio Facebook group. Go there, find that, follow that, like it, whatever you have to do. We've got a phone number. You can send texts, leave voicemail, 716-288-5246. Email, bradwriter@gmail.com. You don't need to memorize this. It can all be found at writerradio.com. That's the hub. But those are the places. Thanks for listening. Please tell a friend. Please share. That's how we grow. Glad to have you on board to the podcast version of Writer Radio. All right, we're going to start by talking about James Cook because that has to happen. Here's my situation. Here's what I'm thinking right now. All right. About your friends, the Buffalo Bills. We talked yesterday. Bob Gaughan was on, and Bob got to the point where he's like, you know what? I just don't care. I don't care if they sign James Cook. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. And I said, "Do you know he's practicing again?" He's like, "No, I didn't know that." And that it changed the tone of things because I think we are conditioned to say, I don't care if James Cook signs. Because Josh Allen's the meal ticket. That's the team. Hi, I'm Brad, by the way. It's Writer Radio. Thank you for tuning in. That is, I think, the way that we are conditioned to deal with situations like a holdout/hold in. I hate that phrase. It sucks. We're all acting like it's been around the whole time. Kind of like walk-off home run. Do you guys remember when walk-off home run was a new thing? They started talking about walk-offs, and it's like that's not anything. And that's 25 years ago or something. I was new in radio, so it was like early 2000s ish, 98, 99, 2000, something like that, when people started a walk-off home run, and it was just like it was a new phrase, and I was pissed that like they were just pretending it existed the whole time. Hold in is new. That's not a thing we talk about, but it's everywhere now. And it really only pertains to Cook. I haven't heard it no one else. He might be the inventor of the hold in, whatever the hell that is supposed to be. It means you're not practicing because you want a contract. I don't want to get hurt right now. I've got a contract. So I guess the difference between hold out and hold in. Hold out is I don't show up. Screw you. I'm not coming. You owe me money. Hold in is I'm in good faith going to be here, but I'm not doing anything that puts my physical health in jeopardy. So we've changed the name of that to hold in. I respect the process, and I do. I'm coming around. I'm disagreeing with myself already. I think it did need a new term, and it's probably right. It is the respectful version of I'm not going to hurt myself. Hold out is screw you people. Hold in is, yeah, I want to be here. Can we get a contract done? I've changed my mind completely. In the last 30 seconds, I've changed my mind. I'm in on the phrase hold in. Whatever. He signed a new 4-year deal, and the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. And that's my takeaway from James Cook signing a contract. Yes, I'm a little biased because I have loved this team my whole life. Yes, I'm a massive fan of everything that Josh Allen brings to the sport of football and the community of Western New York. And that's just the guy who wins Super Bowls. He just is. That's what's going to happen. And the Bills being committed enough. In a world where running backs don't matter, really. Nothing matters when you have Josh Allen on the offensive. You need an O-line. You need an O-line. They have one. They have one that protects him very, very well. They have one. I don't know what the conversation around the league is about top-ranked offensive lines, but the one the Bills have is good enough. They're doing a perfect job in conjunction with a guy who gets away from problems anyway. But they've got a champion at quarterback, and they found a way to bring in. I mean, there was nobody that was going to be better than James Cook at the running back position. I still think that Ray Davis is going to be a factor, and Ty Johnson's going to be a factor. But they weren't going to just let James Cook not play this year and then also replace James Cook with somebody of James Cook's skill level. That wasn't going to happen. And in my conversation yesterday with Bob, I was still in the place where it didn't matter. It didn't matter. What happens doesn't matter. Now, we were encouraged. I was encouraged by the fact that he was back at practice, and Sean McDermott said yesterday, like, yeah, this is good. This is a good sign. It's a good sign that we're getting somewhere. And then within 24 hours, he's locked in. He's back on the team. Kudos to him for being a good sport about it. Like, he knows his role. He knows his lot in life. He knows how important he is to the team and also how not important he is to the team, and did it in a respectful way that got the job done and got him a contract near the pretend number that they made up, him and his agent, 6 months ago, whatever it was when we were first talking about this. Plenty. He got plenty. He's happy. The team is happy. I'm happy. And they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm texting with my buddy who is one of the coaches for one of my kids' teams. The Bills are going to win a Super Bowl this year. The Bulls are going to win a MAC championship this year. And both of our travel teams are going to win their championships this year. And the Sabres are not a factor in this conversation. But here we are, man. I just, waking up to the news that James Cook has signed and is just on the team again, everything's cool. We're good, man. James Cook ain't Thurman Thomas. Thurman, oh my God, I love Thurman so much. James Cook is just a very capable running back who fits in super well with the team. And by all accounts, is a good teammate, and like they like him. And that's kind of what they've built. And that's why I'm getting to UB and my two travel teams. We like what we've built with all of these things. Just good people, man. There's a book I read at some point where the Good to Great, I want to say it's, do I have to look this up? Does it matter? Does anybody care? You should read the book. I'll look it up. I think it's called Good to Great. Good to Great. Yeah, I was going to say James Cook. It's James Collins. Okay. Why Some Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't. Good to Great. It's an awesome book. It should be read by a person who's thinking about like entrepreneurship, a person who's thinking about anything business related. The overall concept of the book, there's a whole book, but the one takeaway is get the right people on the bus. It doesn't matter what their skills are, what their specialty is, what they've done before. If you have the right people, if you recognize the right people and put them on the same bus, that bus is going to heaven. Like that, you're cruising now. And the Bills are doing that. They're just looking for the right people. James Cook is a right person. It would have sucked if a couple $1 million, I know it's a big number to people, but it's not to NFL people. If a couple $1 million kept them from keeping the guy that fits in perfectly. Because he does. He's quiet, unassuming, skilled, fast as hell. Threw a touchdown pass to my son Nate at a camp last year. Like, I like him. I like him. Not in the same way that, like, Josh Allen is undeniably awesome as a personality. His skills are unquestioned too, but just like, yes, that's the guy you want leading your team. So if Josh likes you, I want you on my team. And Josh likes James Cook. And that he fits. And if they had to financially be like, sorry, man, can't do it. Ray Davis is our guy. I like him too. Everybody likes him too. If they had to do that, that'd be cool. We'd accept it. Them finding a way to make it work tells me that the Bills are sensible. Already knew that. James Cook is sensible. Kind of knew that. And this all ties together. That's what they like about him. That's what we like about him. And that's why they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And that's why our travel teams are good, because it's about people, not skills. Skills are important, but it's about people and families and stuff like that. You build it the same way. UB is going in the same direction. Since Pete Lembo got here, the personality and vibe of the program has changed a total 180 from what it was with the previous coach, whose name we never say. Same vibe. This guy's cool. What wouldn't I like about him? Oh, cool. He knows football too. He's also smart and good at dealing with people. Yeah, you can run my program. So right here, it's August 13th. It's episode 143 of Writer Radio. The Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. The Bulls are going to win the MAC championship. And my 9 and 11U travel teams that my kids are on are going to win their championships too. That's what's going to happen because we're putting good people in good places. And all of this comes out of me because James Cook has locked into a contract with the Bills. 4 more years of James Cook, or 3, and then the 4th year is stupid like this one was. But at that point, we're moving on. The life cycle of a running back in the NFL is not huge. Getting that second contract is a decision. It's a decision. It like you have to think about what are we doing here, and what they're trying to do is win the friggin' Super Bowl this year. This year, not next year. Maybe next year too. But there's no like process here. This is the team to go do it. And they're proving that they're right. They're proving that their mentality is right, I should say, by locking in James Cook. And I don't know what else to say other than, oh, they signed James Cook. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And that's awesome. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the Bills winning the Super Bowl. How about you? Are you excited about that? Because I am. All right. Sabres will make the playoffs, says Arbo. What are you talking about? Get out of my face with your Sabres. Back to Arbo real quick, and then I'm gonna play a quick song so I can get my boy John on to talk about Hard Knocks, because Hard Knocks happened again last night. Arbo, before the show even started, he said, listening with a heavy heart today as my grandfather passed away this morning, 97 years old, World War II vet. I said, what's his name? And he said, Edward Weber. Weber with 2 B's. There's not an obit online yet. I looked for that. He says Bulldog knew him from hockey. So shout out to Edward Weber and to Arbo. And thoughts are with you on this. That's tough. 97 that's a good friggin' run, man. Good job. Good job, Edward. Lasting 97 years. Surviving World War II is a big deal too. So that was a while ago. That's very much in his past, but he did that and then lived until today. So shout out to Edward Weber, who is Arbo's grandfather. Arbo is the guy from Niagara Falls or Lockport or something, Niagara County, who's been checking in on the show since I was doing it on the radio in Lockport. He's the one who gives us our Niagara Falls baseball updates and all that stuff. So shout out Edward Weber. Today's show dedicated to not just James Cook, not just Josh Allen, not just the Bills winning the Super Bowl and the Bulls winning the MAC, and my 9 and 11U Shamrock teams winning their respective titles, all of which are going to happen this upcoming season. I disagree about the Sabres making the playoffs, but maybe this is the year, whatever. But it's dedicated to those teams that are all going to win, and to Edward Weber, who survived World War II until age 97 today. So thanks, Arbo, for being a listener. It's dedicated to you, too. It's dedicated to everybody. I'm in a good mood because the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl because James Cook signed. It's just awesome. I love it. Very excited about it. Everybody should read the book Good to Great by James Collins. I'm going to play one quick song so I can get John on the phone. And then we're going to talk about last night's episode of Hard Knocks featuring the Buffalo Bills. Really, all my songs went away. I loaded everything up, and they all went away. What do I have? I have this one. It's 3 minutes and 6 seconds long. It's Weezer again, but here we go. All right, one song just to get John on the phone. John Van Nortwick is our senior Hard Knocks correspondent. He joins us all the time. We've been doing this for years. Just kidding. We did it last week, and it went well, so we're doing it again. Hi, John.
Good morning, Brad.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I will confess that I didn't watch Hard Knocks until 7 o'clock this morning, and then I fell asleep about halfway through it. And it wasn't as compelling as last week, but it was still cool. We got some Andreessen stuff in there. And I just feel good. Honestly, I'm overwhelmed by the James Cook signing news more than I am by the show, but we had you scheduled to come on anyway, so we're going to do a little bit about the show, but also, am I overselling it when I say, okay, everything's perfect now that James Cook is back? This is the year. This is our year, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was really the only thing in my mind that was kind of hanging out there, right? I mean, I just don't think there's a lot of people that think, our offense and Josh Allen, you could slot anybody in there. I just don't necessarily feel that way. I think James Cook is a difference maker. I think if we want to go where we want to go this year, I mean, James Cook's going to be a big part of that. So definitely knowing that he's locked in, that he's going to be engaged, and that he's going to be pushing to take us to that next level this year is a big is just a big deal. And I think that was big to get that across the finish line.
While I thought that the concept, the term hold in was stupid, I actually respect the way that it went down. It's like, yeah, I'm not happy. Yeah, I need a contract. But yeah, I'm showing up. I'm on the team. I want to be on the team. I'm going to come. But also I'm not going to participate eventually in the part that could get me hurt and mess up the contract. All of it makes sense. All of it makes him a perfect Bill. All of it makes me want him on the team more. It all just meshes perfectly. And I don't know if you heard what I opened the show with, but I was talking about that with the Bills, that with the UB Bulls, that with travel baseball teams. Like, you need families and people. It's not just skill level. It's who fits here. All right, Josh Allen's the quarterback. He's the leader. He's the guy that matters. Who does he like? The people he likes are the people I want on the team. The people that he has special handshakes with, the people that he has to dab up, that he has to hug when he sees, like, that's what I want. He's in charge. Just build everything around him. If he likes the running back, that's the right running back. And I feel that way about all teams. And it's from being around it with the Bills. It's from being around it with UB. It's from being involved in travel baseball. Like, just seeing the people. It's the people. It's not the skills. Yes, the skills are important. But 2 kids equal skill level, 1 good family, 1 terrible family. We want the good family. And it seems like Josh is the judge and jury on the whole thing. And if he likes Cook, I like Cook. And that's who Cook is to me. And I think that matters, and that's why they're going to win this ball.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that really my whole life. I always say choose to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up, right? And I think I don't even think that's just for teams. I think that's for, work, whatever you do for a living. I think that's, the friends you choose to surround yourself with. I think anytime you're around, good people, it's gonna motivate you to do better, and no matter what you're doing, right? And I think that's important, especially when building a team, right? Because if you enjoy being there and you enjoy who you're working with or you're playing with or whatever, you're going to raise your level of play, right? Even when you don't think that's possible, when you're someone like Josh Allen, who's so elitely talented, if you put people around him that are going to engage him even more and make him want to be there and have fun, you're going to get the best out of him too. So I absolutely think that's important.
Is Josh Allen more elitely talented or more elitely just cool? Because I think cool might be like that's the thing about him. I'm not into dudes. I'd marry that guy. Like, he's perfect. He's the most perfect thing that's ever happened to Western New York. And that building a team around that. I mean, how easy does that? I rave about Brandon Beane and his ability to do this job, and I rave about McDermott. There are some questions there, but like, we didn't go to the playoffs for 17 years, and now we always go to the playoffs and always win the division. And it's Josh, but it's not Josh the skill set as much as it's Josh the person that is making this all happen. And I know I'm getting like weird and like esoteric, whatever. Like I'm out there on this, but God, man, like having that dude be the face of the franchise fixes everything. And if you just cater to that, you're doing it right. And we're seeing that. We're going to get to Hard Knocks in a second, I promise. But as we're seeing the team cater, like this to me, this James Cook situation is not as peaceful and easy if Josh isn't the quarterback. It's Cook being like, yeah, I want to be the running back behind Josh. And the team going, yeah, we would like you there. And him going, well, I'm not going to hold, I'll show up, but I need a contract still. And it all just works because I think it all hinges on the personality of the guy that has become the head and the face of the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I think, the Bills become a destination, obviously because Josh Allen's so talented, but because everybody that's around him seems to have the same opinion of him, that he's just a good dude and fun to be around. And, I think that's important, right? And I think that, when McDermott came in and he preached the idea of culture, and the team was such a train wreck for so many years.
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of like, well, we don't care about culture, just get players in here that can play. But I think you're seeing now that it is such an important balance of, to your point, what you said before, getting the right players in here, the guys that can play, but guys that are going to create that culture. And I think that's why you see sometimes guys leave and they want to come back, because it's just not that way everywhere, right? And I think that you're now starting to see that culture investment pay off, and Allen's a huge part of that.
Yeah, I think the coming back thing is I brought that up within the last couple days, and I think we might have talked about it last week after the first episode with Trey White, where seeing him back in his element, he's like, this is home. This is where I've been. This is what I know. I walk in, I see the faces. This is where I belong. There's something special there, and it's the Bills can tell us all they want about how special it is, but we need to see it ourselves, and we're seeing it ourselves. It's correct. And Shaq Lawson and oh God, who else has done the same thing? It doesn't matter.
Jordan Phillips, right?
The people that they're here, they leave. They're like, I'm going back there. That's the place for me. And it's just stupid Buffalo. Our weather sucks. Like our stadium's old. It's about to be new, but you know what I mean? Like it's they're doing something super, super right. And if the world is running correctly, if whoever oversees it all is taking care of things, the Bills go to the top of the chart this year. This is the year that they go. And I know I'm just throwing this all on you. This is like an epiphany I had at 9:00 this morning, and it's 10:36, and we're talking on episode 143 with John Van Nortwick, who is our senior Hard Knocks correspondent, because he's been doing this forever. I don't know, man. You're catching me at a time where I'm in this like weird trying to figure myself out mode, but I know for sure that the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl, which is weird for me. Let's talk about the episode. You saw it. I fell asleep. So I didn't watch it last night. I came home we had baseball practice, then we had trivia, and then I came home, and then I tried to watch, but it wasn't going to work. So I went to sleep, and then I got up at 7, and then I tried to watch again, and I made it like halfway through, and I knew I was falling asleep, and I paused it just to see how far in I was. I was like 29 minutes into the show. The episode seemed less dramatic than last week, and there was no drama last week, but it was less impactful on my life. But then I woke up again, and then I found out Cook had signed, and now I connect the Cook signing with the show. So I don't know. What did you take out of yesterday's episode?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I watched it last night, and I say watched in quotes too, because it was not an overly captivating episode. I was in and out, so I did the same thing as you did. I'd wake up this morning and kind of go through it again and fill in the holes, which were my eyelids last night. But
yeah,
I guess it depends on what lens you want to look at it through, right? I mean, if you're a Bills fan or if you're a non-Bills fan. I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, and you're watching this as a non-Bills fan, there is not a whole lot that captivates you, at least so far, to watch this team. Now, that might be a good thing. We don't have a whole lot of drama
yep.
Around our organization. So as a Bills fan, I love that. And, it's fun to see, some of the feel-good pieces, about, Buffalo Joe and about, KJ Hamler is definitely a fun personality. And they had the whole thing on Hamlin. But, I mean, those are stories that we kind of already know about, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Hamlin. So So seeing those was nice. Not necessarily even for a Bills fan overly captivating. They had a whole segment on, McDermott and his skin cancer scares and his sun block routine. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
That's about when I fell asleep, I think. I think that's when I fell asleep.
I'm like, what are we doing here at this point, right? I mean, he's telling us about his skincare and he's calling Marv Levy for his birthday, which was nice, but seemed kind of almost forced to an extent. But then they get to the preseason game. It's fun to see, the fans get highlighted and how we tailgate and all that. But there just wasn't anything that was just overly like, wow, I got to get there and see this episode. You kind of got to the end and you're like, okay.
All right, when's the next one? Right.
Yeah, that was nice.
Well, I didn't even make it to the preseason game in the part that I watched. What does this say? Best part was the woman at the bar who talked about how her husband drank her friend's breast milk at the tailgate. I did see that. I forgot about that. That was probably as I was fading. It was like, what? And then I fell asleep. But yeah, I'm excited to see the I assume there's like mic'd up stuff from the preseason game, and that'll be cool. I'll probably watch it right after I finish this.
I will tell you the best part about like you said, the mic'd up portion of the preseason game, for those that watched it, I won't curse on the radio here, but
Go, just say the words.
Am I allowed to?
Okay, you say whatever you want.
When KJ Hamler scored his touchdown, right, which was great, and then he, they're talking to him off the field, and he said, I saw how open I was, I yelled, "Oh shit!" Right, and so then they go to the actual play, and as soon as he breaks through the line, he's literally, as he's running his route, yelling, "Oh shit!"
Oh, that's the best. That's okay.
He's so wide open.
That's the best thing that's ever happened on television. I haven't even seen it yet. That's the best thing that's ever happened on TV. I can't wait to see that.
Literally made me. Oh yeah, it literally made me laugh out loud. So that, along with kind of the Cook information at the beginning, like you talked about James Cook, I personally liked to see, because all we get to see is that he's not practicing, but hearing them say that he was in all the meetings and he was in all the walkthroughs and he was still engaged, to your point, to me, made me even happier about hearing about the signing today. So I like that portion of it. And then the Hamler line quote in the middle of the game, just that was amazing.
That is awesome. All right. I'm looking forward to the second half of the thing, and I'll watch the breast milk part again too, because that's weird. Whatever. There are people that are very into that. There's that fan that painted his house in Buffalo Bills colors and a logo simply because he had a new neighbor move in that put a Jets flag out. And so he painted his house in Bills colors. Yes.
I said, that's dedication right there.
Where have I seen that before? Have you, because I knew that story. And is that near the stadium or is that somewhere else? Because
I don't know, but they showed him and interviewed him, and I said that is next level commitment just because your neighbor put a flag out.
Right. No, that's like something that would be in a TV commercial for the NFL. Like that's the kind of,
for sure.
That's kind of what they do. What John Van Norwick? What else is going on with you? How is life? Because I'm going to have you on for a couple more minutes. I didn't see the full episode, but we were committed to doing this, and we're going to do it every what's today? Wednesday. Every Wednesday until the show's over. And then, I don't know, man, you might play your way into being a regular guest here because I enjoy your company. But what's happening in your life? How are things?
Oh, we're, in the same boat that you are, doing the travel baseball thing. As you know, I don't have a kid playing, but my nephew plays. And so I coach with my brother. We're having, fun with that. We're moving over to a new league. I know you guys are at South Pine. We're moving over to Stingers, which has been fun for us. So that's taking up some time. My daughters are getting older. My oldest is starting to get into some college tours. So we actually were in South Bend this past couple days ago visiting Notre Dame. My daughter's got very high aspirations. So it was my first time on that campus in like 25 years. I went to a football game when I was in high school, but that was a ton of fun and a gorgeous campus and a great place to be. So we've been doing that whole circuit, and yeah, man, things are just getting busy. The older the kids get, you know what I mean? So good times.
I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not looking forward to it. My oldest is 13. Your oldest is what? 15, 16?
15. Yeah, she'll be 16 in November.
All right. So yeah, we probably talked about this last week, but what I remember of you having a daughter is that when we were playing softball together several years ago, suddenly there was a baby there. And that was this girl that visited Notre Dame. So like we're getting pretty friggin' old, man. Like
I know.
something's going wrong here, John. Something.
I know. No, they're getting older. We're staying the same, Brad.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
I feel that way. Well, I will feel young again this weekend because for the 26th year in a row, I'll be going to Saratoga for my fantasy football draft with all my buddies from college, and we go to the track and we do like all that. So I'll be a child again for a day, 2.5 days or something like that, and then I'll come back and get back to real life. But whatever, I can handle it. You're right. We are staying this. We're the same. We're just exactly like we are. Aside from the picture that I don't know if it was you or your brother sent me recently of all of us at Kohl's after a softball game, and Jesus Christ, we looked great. We were, dude. I didn't know how good looking we all were. I'm not even looking at the women. I'm looking because we were a co-ed team with some hot chicks, including well, Sarah didn't play, but Anel did. My cousin Ryan's wife. Like we were good looking people, and we still are. But man, we look so young. There's no gray.
I know.
I saw no gray. I saw no wrinkles. I saw nothing. We looked great. But that's 2007. And that is where I met where I met my wife. So I get how I got her now because I look great in that picture, even though I'm not smiling. Everyone else is smiling, and I just have a straight face. But we all look awesome. So good to know that we're not aging. It's just other people are aging. It's just us, not us.
Absolutely.
All right, cool, John. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, bud.
We'll get you next week.
Sounds good.
All right, John Van Nortwick is our senior Hard Knocks correspondent. We couldn't do full-on Hard Knocks because I only watched half of it, and that was this morning. John watched it, but whatever. I'll get to it. It's fine. But I wasn't going to say, John, let's not do the show because I didn't watch it. I watched it, sort of. I'll watch the rest. It wasn't as compelling as last week. I watched the first episode 3 times, 3.5 times, really. The second episode, I watched half of so far, but that was the plan. Talk to John. So we did that. All right. John's awesome. John Van Nortwick is our boy. Okay. So all the songs I put on, I had this whole thing loaded up. I had like 20 songs on here. And they all vanished because I forgot to hit Save Current Palette. I have to hit a button called Save Current Palette. Save Current Palette. And I didn't. So our choices right now are more Weezer. I have so much Weezer on here. I'm going to delete that one because I already did it. We did Surf Wax America already. I've got In Excess, Weezer, Yes, Kenny Rogers, and Jason Isbell. Do you want to hear Coward of the County? I don't care if you do or don't. You're about to. We're playing Kenny Rogers on Writer Radio. Gives me 4 minutes and 21 seconds to fill up my water bottle, and then we'll be back soon. Stick with me. I'm Brad. It's Writer Radio. Here's Kenny Rogers. I feel like I was gone for a long time there. I'm sorry. I got into the music. I wanted to hear Public Enemy. I wanted to hear Soul Asylum. I wanted to hear Jay-Z and Kanye. And we started with Kenny Rogers. I went Kenny Rogers, Public Enemy, Soul Asylum, Jay-Z, and Kanye West. I don't know. Whatever. It's my show, dude. I get to do what I want. I do what I want. We got the James Cook audio. Let me see if I can make this work. This is on the phone. Put that up there. All right. So, or not James Cook. I'm sorry. The KJ Hamler, I'm Wide Open. As John Van Nortwick talked about when we were discussing the last night's episode of Hard Knocks, which I haven't seen the second half of it. I fell asleep. I didn't watch it last night. I tried to watch it this morning at like 7. I fell asleep at like 7:30 and woke up at 9. And sorry, but here is so he said KJ Hamler was like, I was so open. I was like, oh shit, and then they had audio of him being open and going, oh shit, but they bleep it on this NFL Films version of it on Twitter. But let's see if we can listen. Hold on, let's try it.
I see that say, oh.
Oh. Whoa. Oh.
He said it twice. No, what's this? No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
At the 30, at the 20, at the 10, 5.
Oh.
Touchdown. He didn't catch it until he was at like the 2.
Oh. Oh. Whoa. Oh.
That is awesome.
Oh. Oh.
I know I'm the only one watching the video. You're just hearing the audio. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Oh.
All right.
see that.
I'm going to try to narrate it.
Oh.
Play starts. 40,
Oh.
30,
Whoa.
20, 15, 10, 5.
Oh.
Caught it 3, touchdown.
I see that. Oh.
All right. No. That was awesome. Thanks, John, for bringing that up. Thanks, Scott, for sending the Twitter version of it. That's what makes the show happen. That's how we make the world go round. This is the thing I was talking about. Like, having James Cook on the Bills means they're going to win the Super Bowl because they're getting the right people and keeping the right people and paying attention to who's just a good dude. Who do you want to be around? How's your workplace? If there's a jerk at the work, it stinks. If there's not, if everybody's cool and fun and interesting and interested, it all works. I don't know that Hamler's going to make the team, but he's been around for a couple of years as a practice squad guy or whatever. He's here. He's comfortable. He brings a pregnancy pillow to training camp. He's comfy. He's good. That was a very lengthy. You guys watched the first episode of Hard Knocks? One of the things was KJ Hamler with his pregnancy pillow that he brought into the dorm at Fredonia. The thing was like 12 feet long. It looked like an anaconda. But if it makes him comfortable, I'm cool with it. He seems fun and cool and personable. I just want to like the people I'm rooting for. This is what happened to me with the Sabres. Opposite. I loved the Sabres when it was Danny Briere and Marty Baron and Lindy Ruff. And then it wasn't that anymore. I just didn't care. And I wanted it to come back. I wanted to feel it again when Lindy showed up again. But it didn't take yet. I still love Lindy. He's one of my favorite people ever. But I want to root for people. I don't just root for your skill set. I root for people. And I think Cook is one of those people. Because I'm using Josh Allen as my judge and jury for everything. He likes Cook. I like Cook. The end. That's it. That's the whole story. If he's into it, I'm into it. That's the meal ticket. That's the train we're riding on, is Josh. So if Josh likes it, I like it. And I liked the Sabres when it was Lindy. And then once he was gone, I stopped caring. And then he came back, and I tried to care, but I'm not attached to it. I should talk to Lindy. I bet Lindy would come on the show. Oh, he would, because he would, because I texted him on Canada Day, July 1st. I texted him about Canadian songs, and he wrote back. So I have his number. I can get him on. Let's get Lindy on soon. That will help me like the Sabres again. It will. We're not divorced, but we're separated. Like we're living in separate places. They're downtown. I'm in Amherst. I just, whatever. But if I talk to Lindy, I'll get back in. I got to do that. Now that I think about it, Lindy responded to my Canada. I texted everyone in my phone, for anyone who wasn't around on July 1st. I texted every single person in my phone who I knew or at least believed was Canadian born. And I said, it wasn't on July 1st. It was the day before. But it's like, hey, I'm doing a show on Canada Day. What song should I play on Canada Day? And almost everybody wrote back. And that includes Lindy. So I have a working number for Lindy. I should get him on. I've always loved Lindy. That's a really good idea, Brad. Good thinking, buddy. Talking to myself here. I'm going to plug something here real quick. The Spotify playlist is unbelievably good. And I know that it's just me making stuff up and playing songs I like. But when I play them, I write them down. So my little show rundown sheet that I have on my clipboard, I like clipboards. I have James Cook, John Van Nortwick, and then songs. That's what I've written down for today. And for 8/13/25, episode 143, the following songs have been played on this show today. Like, if I just heard these songs, I'd be like, who's playing these songs? This guy's cool. I played Knocked Up by Kings of Leon. I played Wilderness by Marat. I played Gumbo by Fish. I played Surf Wax America by Weezer. Coward of the County by Kenny Rogers. Welcome to the Terrordome by Public Enemy. Without a Trace by Soul Asylum. And a song that I will just call Paris by Kanye West and Jay-Z. And I call it Paris because it's called N-Words in Paris, which I hate saying that. It's so stupid, but whatever. That's what it's called. N in Paris. And when I was doing UB basketball, not play-by-play, but like announcing, I was like the courtside, I'm the PA guy. So, 3 from Mitchell Watt, whatever it was. I remember sitting courtside pregame when Dave Barnett, who's a local kid, like East Aurora maybe, it's like a 6'4"-ish white guy shooter dude. He was awesome. Super nice dude, super cool. But he loved that song. Hold on. Play it real quick. Oh no, that's gonna screw up. I can't play it. I'm gonna play it real quick. I know this is bad. I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna real quick. This song.
We're gonna skate to one song.
Okay, that song. He loved that song. Dave Barnett loved that song. And he came over to talk to the woman who was in charge of playing the songs, who was sitting right next to me. He's like, "Can you play Paris?" And she's like, "Yeah, I know what you mean." Because he couldn't say the word, because you're not allowed to say the word. There's a word you're not allowed to say, and he couldn't say it because he's a white kid from, I think, East Aurora. But the song is awesome, so I played that. Anyway, my point is that the song thing, the Writer Radio, the playlist, is phenomenal. It's like 8 hours long now, and I don't update it like daily, but once a week or once every 2 weeks or something, I go through all the show sheets that I have because I write down every song I play, and then I just put them all in there, and it's just getting longer and longer and longer. So you could drive from here to California and listen to the Writer Radio playlist and have a great friggin' time. Like it's gonna be awesome. You'll have a really good time. Chubby Checker. All right. So I got a message on the chat thing here at the MixLR thing. It's called Mixler, I guess, but that's not a word. Like, I'd say Mixler. You don't know what to do with that. You don't know how to type in Mixler. It's Mix and then LR. In the way, like Grinder, Bob Gone, Grinder, that has no second E or no E at all, I think, in Grinder. I don't know. I super rarely go on like gay hookup apps, but I'm pretty sure that Grinder doesn't have an E in it. There's something else. Crumble Cookies. Like, I think they spell it without a letter too. That's the thing. We just get rid of vowels. Who cares? Who needs vowels? Because it's 2025 and we're super cool and hip. We don't need vowels. So Mixler is really what it's called. But MixLR is how you spell it. Mix and then L and R. That's where the live stream is. That's why anyone who's listening right now, you know this. I'm preaching to the choir. You all know that. What was my point? I lost my point. I'm trying to do a thing. Chubby Checker. We can just go back to Chubby Checker, I guess. All right. ER Mom said, according to TMZ, Chubby Checker will be playing a gig instead of attending his induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, stating, quote, "We never forget about gigs." And so I looked that up, and true story. Good job, ER Mom. You're my senior Chubby Checker beat reporter, ER Mom. You've been promoted. Congratulations. Way out on the West Coast. I know that ER Mom lives in Washington State. Way out there. The Grammy winner says he'll be doing what he does best that day, which I kind of disagree with because he's super old and has one song. I'm going to look that up. How old is Chubby Checker? Chubby Checker Wiki. Nope. Wiki. All right, let's see what the world says. He's born in 41, so he is 1,000. No, he's 83. Chubby Checker is 83 years old and is a new nominee, or not nominee, inductee to the Hall of Fame. That's coming up. He is known for popularizing many dance styles. That's false. That's totally... Where's my truth detector stuff? Hold on. Let me see if I have that. All right. I'm going to read Chubby Checker's Wikipedia page through the prism of the truth detector. Okay? Ernest Evans, born October 3rd, 1941. Nope, that didn't work. There we go. All right. Ernest Evans, born October 3rd, 1941, known professionally as Chubby Checker, is an American rock and roll singer and dancer. He's known for popularizing many dance styles. Many? Including the twist. Yeah, it's a big one. With his 1960 hit cover of Hank Ballard and the Midnighters' R&B song The Twist, and The Pony, with his 1961 cover of the song Pony Time. His biggest UK hit, Let's Twist Again, was released 1 year later. That year, he also popularized the song Limbo Rock, a previous year instrumental hit by the Champs, to which he added lyrics and its trademark limbo dance. He also introduced other dance styles, such as the fly. In September 2008, The Twist topped Billboard's list of the most popular singles to have appeared in the Hot 100 since its debut in 1960, an honor it maintained in an August 2013 update of the list. What are we talking about here? In 2014, Checker was inducted into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, and he was selected for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2025. But kind of sucks. Can we just do that? I feel like Scott Wilson should be on to talk about this, because I remember when the inductions happened, or the elections happened, or whatever you call it, and we both agreed, if we're doing like a song, like, yeah, The Twist belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Chubby Checker kind of sucks. Like, there's nothing really to him. And, that's the situation. So now he's blowing off the ceremony. Best known for his hit, The Twist. He explained his rationale in a video posted to social media featuring him sitting on stage talking to a crowd. Do I have that? No, doesn't matter. He explained he'd rather be in front of a live audience, not a TV audience. Even instructed his manager to book him a gig despite the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame asking Chubby, 82-year-old Chubby Checker who never wrote a song, is like, no, screw you, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay. The musician recalled the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame being surprised he didn't want to attend the ceremony, even advising him to forget about his show. But Chubby, who's now 83, wouldn't budge, stating, "We never forget about gigs." All right, Chubby. Worth noting, Chubby was one of 13 rockers selected to be part of the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Others include Bad Company, fine. Joe Cocker, fine. Cyndi Lauper, what are you talking about? Outkast, okay. Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. Yeah, okay. The White Stripes. We did all of this at some point in the last, 6 months of this show. But that seems stupid to me. The White Stripes being in the Hall of Fame. Okay. What is? I'm gonna just hit play on this and see if it works. See what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king of the twist is here. The king of the twist is here. How about it for Chubby Checker? Maybe we can do a little bit of twist. Let's twist in Kia V.
Wow, this is old because that's Paul Schaefer talking, and he has a bunch of hair.
What key you gonna do it in, Chubby? G, a C, a F.
That's Jerry Lee Lewis on piano. What the hell's going on? There's Keith Richards.
5, 4, 1.
What is going on? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
No. Stop, guys. All right. So this is the twist. I don't know where this came from, when this happened, what it is. But that was Paul Schaefer. There's Keith Richards. There's Chubby Checker. And someone else I'm forgetting right now, even though I just saw him.
Let's twist in Kia V. Kia V.
Whatever. I'm going to play it. I'll tell you what I hear. Keeping the mic on. Oh, Jerry Lee Lewis is that piano.
5, 4, 1.
Everyone looks like they're 45 years old.
1, 2, 3, hit it.
This happened in 1986.
Let's do a twist. Come on, baby. Let's do a twist.
What key y'all in anyway?
And go like this.
I think I see John Fogerty on guitar.
Yeah, baby, twist.
What the hell is going on? This is crazy.
Just like this. Come on, little bit.
There's someone on saxophone that might be David Sanborn.
Twist, let it. My daddy's sleeping.
It's definitely Fogerty.
My daddy's sleeping. And I'm bobbing around. Oh, twist.
There's a guy with long blonde hair that looks like Adam Curry, but it's not him.
Come on and twist. Yeah, baby, twist. Ooh, yeah. Just like this now. Come on and do the twist. Take it on.
Chubby Checker on stage with these fantastic musicians. Feels like karaoke. This is stupid. That guy going in the rock. We should blow up the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is stupid. Yeah, it's Fogerty.
Yeah, you should clap your hands out there. Come on. Oh, little sister. See my
There's some stupid looking white guy with long blonde puffy hair, like Daryl Hall looking dude, just playing tambourine. That guy sucks.
Come on, twist. Give it just. Woo. Yeah.
Well, go,
Just
son.
like this. Oh, little bit. And do the twist. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah.
Okay, there are 3 people playing tambourine. The stupid-looking white guy, a mom who has the same hair as the Daryl Hall-looking guy, except it's reddish, and then a child who looks 11. 3 tambourines. Let's talk about tambourine players real quick, real quick, because I don't have a lot to say about this. It's just coming to me now. But if you are ever invited on stage to play tambourine, don't, because you're embarrassing yourself. Like that's what tambourine players are doing. They're doing stupid things. It's nothing. It's nothing. If you're not there, the song sounds the same. But, this 11-year-old kid or this stupid mom of the whatever, whoever these people are playing tambourine, no one cares at all about the sound of your stupid tambourine. We can't hear it. We don't care about it. We don't like it. Nobody likes it. It's for no one. If you're ever invited to play tambourine on stage, have some self-respect and don't do it. It's embarrassing for all of us. We're all uncomfortable. It's nothing. It's you like, oh, I know the band and I don't know how to do anything. It's like playing the triangle. Triangle's not a friggin' instrument. It makes one noise. That's not an instrument. So don't play tambourine in your friend's band, I guess is the point that I'm trying to make. All right, Mike says, the twist was not without its share of controversy. I haven't read this yet. I'm reading it live. Usually I screen stuff. Nah, I trust Mike. I'm going to read this. This is in the chat at the Mixlr thing. The twist was not without its share of controversy as it pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in dance. Critics and moralists were quick to voice their concerns about the provocative nature of the dance, with its suggestive hip movements and uninhibited swaying. Thank you, Mike. That's the best comment that's ever been posted on the live chat thing. That's awesome. I know you didn't write it. You copied and pasted it, but that is perfect. Mike gets what we're doing here. Mike gets the show. It was not without its share of controversy. Mike doesn't talk like that. Mike's awesome. But Mike also gets what the hell I'm doing here. Thank you, buddy. All right, I'm going to play a song, take a break, be back. Today is one of those days where I have to leave a few minutes early to pick up my kids. So the last, 10 minutes of the show is going to be music. Do you like music? Are songs fun to you? You'll be fine. But I'm going to have to do that at the end. What have I not played yet? Oh, I love this song. Hip, 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 hip.
5.
I love that song so much, and I have no idea what they're talking about ever at any point in the song. Even the end, it was 1 minute and 8 seconds of them saying the same thing, which sounds like something about popcorn. I kind of feel like I could do a whole podcast, like new idea, and I don't want to do this, but because I don't want to abandon what we're doing. I like what we're doing here, but I feel like there's a podcast to be had about just taking a song and reading the lyrics out loud. I was thinking that during I played World Container by Tragically Hip. That is unbelievable. But you could just hang out and listen to a song and not really pay attention to it and still like the vibe of it. It's a 3/4, so it's like a waltz. Da, 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 da. Like that's what that song sounds like. And you listen to the lyrics and like, holy shit. Like it's crazy. It's crazy what is in Gord Downey's head. And then you hear what is in Andre 3000's head on Bombs Over Baghdad. What? I don't even know what they're saying. I don't know the words. I love the song. I'm going to look it up. This is going to be this might be a terrible segment of the show, but I want to know the Bombs Over Baghdad lyrics. B-O-B lyrics. All right, let's see what's going on there. No, that didn't work because I missed a B. Okay, hang on. Stick with me. It's fine. B.O.B. lyrics, Outcast. There we go. Yep. All right. So what are they saying in Bombs Over Baghdad? I also want to talk about Jay Miller wrote in. Pop music electric revival, says Jay Miller. Maybe. There's another syllable there. Music electric. I'm fine with music electric revival. I think there's more to pop. There's another syllable there. Music electric revival. Fine. Jay Miller said Stankonia was the first. All right, I'm going to read this, then I'm going to make my point. Stankonia was the first CD I bought with my own money for my first job. Does anyone else remember the first CD, tape, or record they bought? I would be interested. Hell yes. That's my favorite topic of all time. I could do that every day for the rest of my life. Just talk. If I had like a full-on thing with listeners and callers and all, like a whole setup instead of just me at my house, I would do that every day. What's your first album? What's your first vinyl? What's your first tape? What's your first 8-track? What's your first CD? I could do that. My God, that's the best show of all time. I would listen to that always. I would do that. Oh, that's the best. I bought my my first CD. I can tell you is because you're young enough, Jay Miller, that CD was the first thing you did. I did Columbia House. I actually had a text about that too. Somebody sent me a text today, like a visual thing of like a T-shirt that says, I still owe Columbia House money. Yeah, you do. So do I. We all do. But between like Columbia House, BMG, all that crap, yeah, that's why I have a rack of 1,000 CDs sitting over there, in addition to my 500 records, and then tapes are somewhere too. So like, yeah, I did all of this. I'm with you. But my first CD is kind of funny. I don't even think I had my CD player yet. But I knew I was getting it. And I bought Big Daddy Kane, A Taste of Chocolate. That was my first CD. It was a Big Daddy Kane, A Taste of Chocolate. But the more interesting story is what I ordered from Columbia House Record Club, vinyl, in 1982 when I was 8-ish, 7, 8. My parents let me do the thing. Eight records for a penny or whatever it was. You just got the circle numbers and you did it. I have to go through my collection and figure it out, but I know it was like John Cougar, American Fool, and Def Leppard, Pyromania, and Men at Work, Business as Usual, and other stuff. But I got, yeah, I've got it. That's a whole thing. That is the most interesting thing to me in life is what albums did you buy, what CDs did you get, whatever. My first CD was Big Daddy Kane, Taste of Chocolate, but my last cassette that I bought before I converted to CD was Empire, Queensryche Empire. I know that. I remember that Skid Row. What was that album called? It might have been a self-titled. Their first album. I bought that on cassette, and I remember that being the first thing that I ever saw that said 1989 on it. Yeah, that you're in my wheelhouse right here, dude. Like, this is the stuff that I love. Queen's Greatest Hits was my first CD, and my daughter is named in honor of one of their songs. Her name is Champion. I made that up. I remember playing musical chairs to the Thriller album on vinyl in gym class in kindergarten. All right, so you're almost my age, dude. Jay Miller. I remember that a kid named Pete in gym class, we had once in a while we got to do a thing with a we had an obstacle course. It was the most fun we ever had in elementary school gym class was obstacle course because you would compete against other classes. So my, second grade or third grade or whatever class would go to the gym and there was an obstacle course. There were two of them. There was a regular one where you ran, and there was a scooter one too where you had to like wheel around, and you were competing against other classes. So you were trying to get a good time, and I don't remember if you won anything. I don't know what happened, but it was awesome, and I remember that. And they let us bring in records. If you wanted, they had a record player. This is 1982, 3, 4, something like that. You could, if you wanted a song to be played during the obstacle course or maybe the scooter obstacle course, which was different, you could bring in a record. And I remember that Pete brought in a vinyl 45 of Big Balls by AC/DC. He brought that in. They would not play it. But he thought he was awesome. And I also thought he was awesome for bringing this in. But the gym teacher, the now deceased Gary Geyser, did not he wouldn't play it. And that's fine. I get it. We were 9. It was 83. You shouldn't play Big Balls in there. But I remember Pete bringing in Big Balls. I brought in something. I don't remember what. Freeze frame or something from that era. What was my point? All right, I'm going to go back to the Stankonia thing. I don't think that it's supposed to be pronounced Stankonia. I think it's Anya. I think it's stank on you. You got that stank on you. I think that's what they meant. I think that's what Outkast meant. This message is for 3 people in the world. It's for Scott Wilson and Jay Miller, and I don't even know who else. Maybe Josh. But Stankonia, I think it's not Stankonia. Like, Outkast is super weird. Like, that's the thing. That's them. ATLians was an album, and that means Atlanta, but also aliens. They're like merging words. They're doing super smart, interesting, creative things with the English language. I think that the name of that album is Stank on Ya. I think. I've never talked about this with anyone. It's just been a thing in my head forever. But I think that that's what they were doing with that. This would be a perfect candidate for. I've had it in my head for a while that I would like to do a show where I have one question for you, and I can get everyone in the world on my show because I just have one question. You answer it, and we're done. It's a 12-minute podcast, daily podcast with very, very famous people that I have one question for. And if I had Andre 3000 or Big Boy, but Andre 3000. How do you pronounce the name of that album and why? That's it. That's what I want to know. I want to ask Ben Folds about his relationship with Joe Jackson's music. I've got a lot of... Here's what I would ask this guy if I ever saw him. This makes me a psycho. I understand that. I'm a crazy person. But, that's part of what I want to do. So I think it's not Stankonia. Why would it be Stankonia? That makes no sense. If you think about it, Stankonia. Stankonia is the name of the album. And from what I know of Outkast, I think what they're saying is you got that stank on you, which means stank, you smell bad, and it's on you. You got that stank on you. I think that's what they meant. But that's unconfirmed. Just making it up myself. I'd never heard that theory on pronunciation of Stankonia. Stankonia. See, I say Stankonia because that's what people say, but I don't believe in it. That's the Polish pronunciation, says the chat. No, right? Am I right here? Don't you think that's correct? Stank on you. You got that stank on you is something that Andre would say. Stankonia. It makes no friggin' sense. I apologize for my show being this stupid, but this is what it is. This is you're inside my dumb head. Today is one of those days that has happened a couple times where I have to leave to go pick up my kids at noon. So you're going to get like a 17-minute Fish song. Something like that. And when I get back, I might jump back on. I will be very proud of anyone who sticks around, sticks through like Mike's song by Fish that is 17 minutes long. But that's the way I have to do it. So I'm going to wrap things up because it's 11:50 and I have to get my kids. They're 5 minutes away, but it'll take me, 2 minutes to get in the car and then 5 to get there. So, I got to go. But I appreciate every single one of you. And if you stick around through the 17-minute song I'm going to play, that hopefully I'll be back afterward. If not, it'll be 17 minutes. The show will still be going. There will just be silence. And then I'll do something for you. I'll be back. I'm not going to promise you that it's going to be amazing and or rewarding, but I will talk again. So if you're tuned in to hear me talk, you'll get that after the song ends, and then maybe after some silence, but I have to go get my kids. I'm currently home with, I haven't been upstairs in a while. I think I've got one kid with me. I think the youngest is here. The older two are, I don't know. I'm going to go see who's here and then go pick up the ones who aren't because my wife's not home. My wife typically works from home, but she sometimes has to go into an actual hospital or medical facility or whatever she does. I don't know. I think she's a doctor. She's not a doctor. I'm just kidding. She does data stuff for Kaleida, and sometimes has to go to hospitals. So she's somewhere else. She's not here, which means I think I have one kid home, and it's the youngest one. I can't leave him here, so he's gonna go with me. We're gonna get the other two, and then we'll be back. But I have to just play a long song to keep the broadcast going because I have made a deal with you that I'm on from 10 to noon, and I can't just leave at 11:51 and say, sorry, I'm out, bye. Not going to do that. So I had to find long songs, and I found a 17-minute version of Mike's song from Fish. You're getting that, and then I might be back right when it ends. I might be back a couple minutes after it ends. There might be some silence. I don't know. I have fulfilled my obligation. What I promised to you is happening. 10 to noon. You tune in at 10, I'm there, or something's there. Stay till noon, something's there. I'll be back with you after that. Tomorrow is episode 144. It'll be Thursday. I have some big plans for tomorrow, so please tune in. Also, go to the website, writerradio.com, and find the downloadable. That's something we haven't talked about in the chat. Have you guys been able to find the downloadable podcast version of the show? And is that working for you? Because you are my connection to the world here. It's just me talking. It's me in my house talking. This is how I connect with people, is this chat. People in the chat, let me know what's up with downloadable version. Because you can't always be here. You are here a lot, and I appreciate that. But help me with that. All right. I'm playing a song called Mike's Song by Fish. It's long. It's great, but it's long. And I got to go get my kids. And then I'm going to come back on and say something. I don't know. It might be 1 minute long. It might be 10 minutes long. I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to play a song. I'm out. Talk to you soon. And for sure, talk to you tomorrow at 10 for episode 144. Thank you for listening to Writer Radio. Unbelievable timing. That was crazy. The song was 17 minutes long, and that's exactly how long it took to go pick up the kids and get back. I come down into the basement. I have speakers set up now, so I can hear the music still playing. And I look, and there's 38 seconds left or something. I sat down, put the headset on, and there were 14 seconds left in Mike's Song by Fish. That was perfect. That was beautiful. I don't have anything really to say here. But I did promise that if you stuck around, I would talk again. And so I'm talking again. What a reward for you. I mean, it's nothing. I don't know. I love today's show. I loved that you all hung out. I need you to share it with people. I need you to tell people about it and that stuff. We're going to grow it. There's going to be, I would say, like next week, there's going to be a big push for like expanding the show and making more than the handful of people that listen. But I love every single one of you for tuning in, finding the show. Like, this is hard to do. It's live from 10 to noon, and you have to find it. It's not just in your car. Like, you have to do something to get to the show. And I appreciate every single one of you that does that. I love it. Thank you. We have to grow it. We have to do bigger and better for it to exist. But thank you so much. There is one comment I would like to talk about here. Did they catch the streaker yet? If they have a reward for catching him, I've got some vacation time I have to use, and I'm willing to use my sister-in-law as bait. That sounds great. Jay Miller. I don't know who you are. I mean, I know you're Jay Miller. But I think we might have to team up. So my son, Zach, who honestly, like, I don't know how to get him, right? I could text him. I'm in the basement. He's on the second floor. So hold on. I'm going to try to bring Zach into this. Hold on. I won't go away. I'm just going to text him. Zach. I don't know my own son's phone number, which stinks. There it is. Okay. Nope. Zach. Let's try again. Zach. Oh, I'll call him. That's more fun. I'll just call him. Got to plug the thing in. Should work. Hold on. I hear it ringing. It's ringing. There we go. All right. I'm calling Zach. Zach's upstairs. We stopped home to get his phone. Because we're going out to lunch. They want chicken.
Hello?
Hey, Zach.
Hi.
Hi, we're on the radio.
Okay.
Can you come downstairs? Because somebody sent a message about the Amherst Park thing, and I want to talk to you about it. So can you come down here?
Yep.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Bye. All right, so Zach is going to come downstairs. Got a mic ready for him. Yep. This works. Turn it on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. Oh, you got here quickly. Zach got here quickly. All right. Here's the message I have from a listener.
Okay.
He said, did they catch the streaker yet? If they have a reward for catching him, I've got some vacation time I have to use, and I'm willing to use my sister-in-law as bait. What is the current status of the Amherst State Park naked guy? To the best of your knowledge.
I haven't heard much about it or about like the whole thing since like we found out about it, and it was like, funny and whatever.
It's very funny.
I don't think they caught him though.
Should we try to catch him?
Yeah.
Should we enlist the services of J. Miller 1211 and his sister-in-law that he's willing to use as bait?
Sure.
Because you and me going over there with a flashlight is one thing.
Yeah. Right.
You and me going there with J. Miller and his sister-in-law might help.
Yeah.
All right. Should we set this up? Now, I'm going out of town, so this will be next week. It won't be... We got a couple days here to before I leave, but it would be like a week from now. It would be next Monday or Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
Should we set a trap? with Jay Miller and his sister-in-law?
Sure.
Okay. I wish I had more to ask you about.
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay.
That's the whole story. I promised people that if the song ended, I would be on afterward. By the way, the timing worked out well. Even though in the car I couldn't get it to play.
Yeah.
I sat down. There were 14 seconds left in the song.
Cool.
I came on right after it. We're good. It's a real. We did it. And I didn't know what I wanted to say, but then I had this message about the Amherst naked guy, which I know you're interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jay Miller, let's talk early next week, and we'll see if this is still a situation. And I'm in. Zach's in. We live half a mile from the place, right? About.
Yeah.
I don't know where you are. He said, I guess I will have to try to run it by her first. LOL.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, have her dress real nice, man. Like I don't think it matters, but I do think if you're an Amherst naked guy, Amherst State Park naked guy, you are probably in the market for a woman. Like you're thinking you're not there for Zach. You're not there for me. You're not there for Jay Miller, 1211. You might be there for the sister-in-law. You talk to her, Jay Miller, and we'll see if we can set something up. But, yeah, let's maybe next week, early next week, Monday, Tuesday-ish, set a trap for this guy. And, if he's listening to the podcast, it's going to mess things up because he'll be way too self-aware. But I think it's a good idea. We have to build the plan. But I'm in, Zach's in, you're in. Get the sister-in-law in. Let's go catch this creep. Right? We good? Zach, yes?
Yeah.
All right. That's all. I'm sorry, Zach, that I brought you down to just say yes a bunch of times, but that's all I had. All right. Where are we going for chicken? So I had Drew with me, the youngest, and then went to pick up Zach and Nate. And I said, or one of them, I think Nate said, let's go for lunch. I was like, all right, fine. Where do you want to go? And we've ruled out all the things we've done recently. And then collectively, everybody wants chicken. So KFC, Chick-fil-A, and Popeyes are all on the list.
Yep.
But we don't live close to Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. But we can do it. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What are your opinions on those three places?
I like Popeyes the most. I don't like KFC.
You don't like KFC, so that's out. That's the closest, of course. That one's gone. Why don't you like KFC?
I don't know. I just don't.
Okay. All right, so we're at Popeyes and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A I feel like I've only had like once or twice.
Okay.
So but I liked it. I don't know. But I know I like Popeyes the most.
Well, the best news is that it's not Sunday. Because every time I want Chick-fil-A, it's always Sunday, and they're closed, and that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you soon. We're going to be at a chicken restaurant within half an hour. We will be at a chicken place. Me and the three boys will be at a chicken place somewhere in Western New York within half an hour. We have to end the show. I'm going to play a song and then make this thing go away. What song should I play? Did I do Weezer again? I've done so much Weezer lately. Yeah, I'm doing Weezer again. Sorry. See you tomorrow.
I don't know. I have a turkey sandwich.
We're gonna go around the corner. I think you should come with us. This is a great place.
I don't know. Okay.
We brought you a shirt.
You get out of here? Will you get out of here? Will you? Now, will you go to lunch? Go to lunch. Will you go to lunch?